Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today, I want to show you how to tune the Max3 to be able to print good for every time. So whenever you have a problem with Max3, okay, if you want it to be printing good, first you need to ensure the bed leveling is good first. Then only you can find out what is the problem that you face. Okay, so whenever we facing a problem after a period of good print, like maybe we run like 1 or 2 month good print, suddenly the printer giving us problem, uh whatever problems that it just doesn't look correct. Okay, whenever we are using the past settings, past profile, you still cannot print good, then this is what I will do. Okay, so the first thing you need to know that Xmax3 actually have two kind of hot end. If you are using the very old version of Xmax3, when you purchase a new hot end from QIDI Tech, and then you need to do the PID tuning because the new hot end that you might receive is already come with the ceramic heaters. So the PID tuning with the old one is different. So you need to run the PID tuning, which I will show you later. Okay, after you run the PID tuning, then only you can run the bed leveling. Okay, so whenever you want to run the bed leveling, you need to make sure the bed you know how to do the leveling. Okay, so I will roughly show you what is the process that we do to ensure the bed is flat. Okay, to ensure the auto bed leveling is correct, and then give us the perfect layer every time. Then only you can go through the PA flow calibrations, then find out what is your hot end problems. Okay, so first you need to heat up the bed to the temperature that you want to print your stuff. For example, we print PETG a lot, so normally we will only do the tuning for the bed leveling for 80 degrees C, 80 Celsius. Okay, so for our best practice, we always heat the bed to 80 Celsius first, and then we run the calibration auto bed leveling. And then when you start the auto bed leveling, right, it will ask you to do the gap, nozzle gap to the bed. Okay, so we need to use this plate. Okay, roughly let the nozzle touch this this paper, or you can use the A4 paper or B5 paper, as long as the paper is 80 grams, because we find the 80 grams paper is more durable, so you can use for multiple times. Okay, whenever the paper is touching the nozzle, then there is a slight resistance on the paper, then this is the correct distance that you want. Okay, so you set the distance, auto bed leveling will start. Okay, once the auto bed leveling is finished, then you go back to your slicer to see what is the bed mesh that you have. Okay, let us go to the bed mesh. Whenever you want to run your Xmax3 to print on your Xmax3, right now we recommend you to use the QIDI Studio instead of using the Oka slicer, because the QIDI Studio is already pre-tuned for the new hot end assembly. So when you change to the new hot end assembly, which is using the ceramic heaters, after you doing the PDI tuning, then you need to use the QIDI Studio to slice your models. It will give you better results. Okay, right now I run through how to run the PID tuning first. Okay, from the very beginning of the screens, you go to device, and then at these sections you need to add, sorry, okay, and then at this section you need to add your printers, your printer name, and then what is the IP. Okay, after you enter the IP, end up with the 10088, and then you need to test it, make sure the IP is correct, click OK. Then you can quickly go to your every machine tab already. Okay, once you go to the machine tab, go to the console first. Okay, under the console, you need to key in this PID underscore calibrate space heater equal to extruder space target equal to 220. Okay, whenever you click send, right, the printer itself will start to do the PID tuning by itself. Whenever it's finished, then it will save the config. Okay, when finish the save config already, you still can click this one, save config and restart. That means you finish the PID calibration of the heater already. Okay, whenever you finish this stuff, then your new hot end assembly will perform as per normal. If you are using the new hot end assembly but you still using the old PID tuning, then it might give you problem. Okay, all right. So next we'll go to the, after we do the auto back leveling, then we need to see the leveling back mesh. Okay, same, we go to the printer first page. Okay, then we go to the tune sections. Under tune section, then you can see your back mesh. Okay, so for this example, right, you can see at the bottom here have a very low point, which is minus 0.2473. Okay, it means that at this point, the printer actually have a very low end. It's a lower bed. So we need to tune manually by ourselves to ensure the bed go back to as near as to the zero. Okay, so I already draft what we going to do it. Okay, so actually when you see the bed, right, you will come with the screw. Okay, this is the main screw. Underneath the hot bed, the heat bed, is a spring. After spring, there is a frame base, and then there is a threaded going down. There is a nut to lock the whole screw to be tightened, so the bed, it won't move after it. Okay, so when you want to tune these things, right, you need to loosen the nuts. Okay, loosen the nut first, and then you rotate this screw to ensure the plate is going up or going down. Okay, when you rotate clockwise, it will lower down the bed. If you unscrew the screw, means that you turn anti-clockwise, the plate will going higher. Okay, so let me show you in the machine side. Okay, right now we're at the Max3. Okay, before you want to do the adjustment, you need to remove the PI plate first. Okay, from here we can see the 4 screws at the 4 corners. Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, every screw underneath there is a nut, as per what I explained just now. Okay, so if you want to adjust the back plate to be up and down, you need to loosen this nut first. Okay, and then you turn at the top. Just now we want, as per the back mesh, we need to adjust the top right corner of the screw. Okay, so just now we are giving reading. Oh, we see the reading is minus 0.24. Okay, this is the M5 nuts. So whenever you turn the full circles, it will give you around 1 mm of the distance. Right now we need to move like 0.25. Okay, so I will make the turn to be 90-degree turns anti-clockwise, so the plate will going up back, going up. Okay, so if I turn it clockwise, it will going down. So we need to remember, we need to turn anti-clockwise 90 degree, then we will get around 0.25 distance. Okay, so after we turn it, we tighten back the nuts, and then we run the auto back calibration after we set the temperature, wait it for 5 minutes before we run the auto back leveling. Then you should see the back mesh change already. Okay, okay, after we doing the back mesh correctly already, so we should get good back mesh, means that the all four corners, 1, 2, 3, 4, the all 4 corners, the variance should be under 0.3. Okay, so the lowest and the highest, it should be lower than 0.3. Okay, if the lowest and the highest, the difference is lower by 0.3, means that your auto bed leveling will be very good. Okay, whenever you ensure the bed leveling is good already, what you need to do is doing the calibrations. Okay, you need to take out the filaments that you always use it and which is running good, and then you no need to run the temperature tower first. Yeah, you no need to run the temperature tower first. Okay, so for example, if we are running PETG, right, we know the PETG will be printing around 250. Okay, so we are using 250 to do the tuning. Okay, but if you want to run the temperature tower also can, because before you running the flow calibration and the PA calibrations, right, whatever temperature tower that you run, it might not very perfect. Okay, so normally we'll run the PA test first, and then we go to flow test 1, and then we go to flow test 2. Okay, so we finish these 3 tests. Then we see, is it the result that we want? Okay, so when you want to run the PA test, right, okay, when you want to run the PA test, right, always run the PA test for line first. Okay, PA line, you will draft the line like this. So it will start with the low, then suddenly go fast, and then slow down. Okay, so we will see the gap in between the accelerate and deceleration. So we will find the perfect pressure advance when the printer want to print it. Okay, when you finish the PA calibrations, your printing will be very sharp at the corner. Okay, when you run through the PA line test, okay, for the whole test, you cannot get any perfect lines. That means that your nozzle or your hot end assembly is already worn out. Okay, you need to change it. Okay, whenever you change it to the new one, you run the PA line test, it should have a one line that you can visible see it is perfect. Okay, if you cannot get PA perfect, don't go for flow 1 test and flow 2 test. You just wasting your time. Okay, you need to make sure the PA test is good, PA line test is good, then only you go to the flow 1 test, flow 2 test. Okay, so this is what we run to ensure every our print will be proceed very good before we print our actual models. I think that's it for today's videos. It's very simple. You need to make sure your PID tuning is correct. You need to make sure your bed mesh is correct, is flat, and then only you do the PA test. Okay, before you do the PA test, you can run your temperature tower, no problem. But normally we won't run the PA tower because we run the PETG a lot already. We know our PETG will be run good at 250. So we'll straight run the PA test at 250. Whenever we cannot see any line is good at the PA test, the PA hole test, there is no perfect line, means that we need to change the nozzle or change the hot end assembly. Okay, every time we change the nozzle or change the hot end assembly, the good perfect line will come back. Okay, this is what we do to troubleshoot the printers. Don't waste your time. Okay, thank you very much.